5 seconds, burn like gasoline. Fast as a nightmare, ripping the scene. Till I crush up like a demon scream. Baseline grows where the fear begins. 5 seconds, burn like death. Fast as a nightmare, ripping the scene. Gas blood corpse off like when it demons turn. Baseline grows where the fear begins. Go to the garage, meet the ghouls. Enjoy the gore. Enjoy the gore.
Hi, welcome to the Garage Ghouls of Gore. I'm Josh.
And I'm Carl.
Today on horror news, Carl.
Keeper hit theaters just this last week, and it's getting really, really good reviews. I've yet to see it, but it's getting lots of praise for its atmosphere and mood. And apparently it's really gory. I guess it's just one of the highlights, but for the most part, that one is now on my list. It's getting lots of praise. Took in a phenomenal amount of money opening weekend, so that one's now on my list.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's the new Osgood Perkins film.
Right, the guy did The Monkey?
Yeah, The Monkey.
Yeah.
And he did Long Legs, which I was not a big fan of.
No, neither was I.
And then next on horror news, The Long Walk was released on DVD and Blu-ray, so you can now officially go buy your hard copy. It's based on the book by Stephen King, written under his alter ego Richard Bachman. It stars Cooper Hoffman, who is Philip Seymour Hoffman's son, if anybody didn't know that. And it also stars David Johnson, who is phenomenal in this movie and everything I've seen in the movie, but I've only seen him in 2 movies.
And he's Andy?
Andy and Alien.
Andy,
Yes.
okay, yeah.
And Alien Romulus, yeah.
Yeah, he did do good in that.
It was directed by Francis Lawrence, the director of the Hunger Games movies.
Never seen one of them.
I have not seen a single one either.
Yeah,
but I kind of want to check them out now. I cannot recommend this movie enough. I think it's definitely one of Stephen King's best movies. I've only watched it twice. But it is absolutely amazing. It'll make you cry.
No, I've heard nothing but good about it. Yeah. So.
And then you're on the next one.
So there's been a recent cult leader caught. And apparently he was planning on doing some pretty heinous things. It was the Maniac Murder Cult. The guy's name is Miguel Shavinsky. Oh, I can't even say it.
Chikavishvili.
Chikavishvili.
I don't know. I can't. That's not right. But
yeah, he pleaded guilty to soliciting hate crimes as far as passing out poisoned candy dressed as Santa Claus to Jewish kids. So pretty heinous people. Also planned on blowing up some Jewish communities and some neighborhoods. So that's about all the info on it as of now. But I want to find out more about this one because that's just nuts.
Yeah, Maniac Murder Cult. Terrorist organization is what it sounds like.
Oh, yeah.
And then today we're going to be doing a video on The Exorcist and the curse that surrounds the film. And there is some gnarly stuff in there that you did not know. Hopefully I have some new information for those who already knew about this.
Yeah, there's some crazy.
Cool, let's get into it. The Exorcist, directed by William Friedkin and based off of William Peter Blatty's 1971 novel, was released in 1973 and still gives viewers an uneasy watch to this day. If you haven't seen it, it's about a 12-year-old Reagan McNeil, played by Linda Blair, her mother Chris McNeil, played by Ellen Burstyn, and 2 priests, Father Marin and Father Caress, played by Max von Sydow and Jason Miller. While the daughter becomes possessed by a demonic entity named Pazuzu, her mother desperately searches for answers and help in 2 priests. While 12-year-old Reagan becomes violent and decayed, the priest must perform an exorcism to rid the demon before it's too late. The film is one of the first mainstream horror films to be nominated for Best Picture. The Exorcist is known for its shocking imagery and disturbing dialogue, and its curse surrounding the film.
Oh, yeah, dude. Also, Damian Karras, Jason Miller, his son is Jason Patrick from The Lost Boys, Michael. The Exorcist opened up at the box office on January 26, 1973, the day after Christmas, which just added to the shock value of the film.
Christian holiday.
Yeah, odd thing to see after Christmas. Before the film had even been released, its first trailer was pulled from theaters for being seizure-inducing.
Why is that?
So, I guess the flashing lights. It's flashing Pazuzu's face.
Oh, okay.
Father Karras' dream, probably.
Yep.
Since The Exorcist first showing, there were many claims of people passing out and vomiting, and even a reported miscarriage while watching the film in the theater. And an article in the New York Times had even stated that there were so many reports of people fainting that theaters started stockpiling smelling salts. Wake their asses up.
Yeah.
But the hype for the movie began long before its release, though.
You ever done smelling salts?
No.
Very painful. They don't wake you up. They don't pump you up. Like you said, it just fucking hurts.
It just hurts you.
3. There were many accidents on set. A stuntman was injured when his harness snapped. Another stuntman got a concussion. A crew member was hurt from falling equipment during one of the bed shaking scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Linda Blair's spine was fractured during the scene when her character is throwing herself up and down on the bed repeatedly. She was connected to cables, and crew members were yanking on the cables up and down to get her to violently throw herself on the bed. Linda was screaming and crying in pain, but the cast just thought she was acting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ellen Burstyn got an injury from being thrown on the ground during one scene. She was also connected to cables that were being pulled by crew members, slamming her into the ground and then a wall. This scene made it into the film, and you can actually see her head hitting the ground and then hitting the wall.
Oh, yeah. It looks real legit.
And it sounds, I mean, maybe odd coincidence, maybe demon stuff, but it also sounds like these cable guys were a little
aggressive.
Yeah. Cable guys need to slow it down in Hollywood.
Right. There were many other odd coincidences surrounding the film. Max von Sydow kept getting the flu while filming. Many other cast members also got sick with various symptoms. Jason Miller, the actor who played Father Karras, was attacked off set by a mentally ill, unstable person who yelled out, "You're Miller, you're gonna die."
You're gonna die, Miller.
And he tried to unalive him. But the worst part of the coincidences were all the deaths surrounding the film.
Can you imagine somebody just doing that to you randomly? You're just walking down the street.
I know.
You're
grave. You're gonna die.
You're gonna die. As Carl mentioned before, there was many deaths surrounding the film. The actor Max von Sydow's brother died on the very first day of shooting. Linda Blair's grandfather died within the first week of productions. The actress who played Father Karras' mother died during the production. An assistant cameraman's baby died while filming. One of the special effects experts had died who operated the cooling unit. One of his jobs was to always make it seem cold in Reagan's bedroom during the exorcism scenes because the director wanted to see the actor's breath when they spoke.
Oh yeah, dude. They're on a real freezing cold set in that movie.
Yeah, what did you say it was? It was 30 degrees?
35 degrees or something. Yeah, like they went hardcore in the 70s.
Yeah. Actor Jack McGauran, who played Burke Dennings, died shortly after completing his scenes. It's collectively suggested that a total of 9 people connected to the film died during or shortly after production. People started feeling very uneasy and ridden with anxiety being on set. Morale was down, so it suggested to director William Friedkin the idea of having a priest come and bless the set.
Yeah, they're playing with fire, man.
Pretty spooky.
During production, the director woke one night to a phone call. He got the news there had been a fire on set. This fire led to a 9-week halt on the film's production. It had been reported that a bird had flown into the light fixture and started the fire. But the most eerie part of this fire, though, was that the entire set had burned down except Reagan's bedroom. That room remained untouched and still usable. Reagan's bedroom was the room where all the exorcism scenes had been filmed. One crew member suffered burns while multiple others had lung complications due to smoke inhalation. And the director had decided to search out a priest to bless the set. A real Jesuit priest and exorcism scholar named Father Thomas Birmingham had been suggested by writer William Peter Blatty. The father came and blessed the set. Afterwards, tensions immediately came to an ease. Everyone felt a little better.
That's good.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know what I was wondering about that too was, did the bird catch on fire, you think? Or do you think the bird flew into the fixture and
knocked it over?
Knocked it over or broke the light bulb? Or do you think the bird literally went in there, caught on fire because it was so hot. I hear those film lights get really, really hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my question is, what's a bird doing in on the set? Wasn't it like an indoor set?
Yeah.
There was a bird in there?
Birds get in places, right?
Yeah. Still, what are the odds?
Yeah. And if a bird just caught on fire, that'd be way more terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Way more believable. It'd be
It's all
like
flying around on fire.
Yeah, dude. The director wanted the movie to seem as realistic as possible. He wanted the film to feel authentic, and one of the things he did to achieve the film's authenticity was he wanted to film the hospital scene on location with a real hospital staff. But one thing he or no one else knew what was actually going on behind the scenes. In the hospital scene, where the hospital staff is performing a cerebral angiography on Reagan, the tech assisting the doctor was an unaliver in real life. And the main suspect in the unsolved bag murders that took place in New York City from 1975 to 1977. The tech's name was Paul Bateson, and he was arrested on September 23rd, 1977.
I had heard about that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you notice, from what I was saying, basically right after the murder stopped is when he was arrested.
Okay, so he got arrested and then they ceased.
Yeah, 1975 to 1977 is when the murders were happening, and he was arrested in 1977.
Okay, all right. Paul Bateson was arrested for the unaliving of a man named Addison Verrill, who was found beaten and stabbed in his own apartment. The killer was caught shortly after and confessed to his crime. Bateson was sentenced to 20 years to life in prison. In prison, he would brag to other inmates about crimes he had never been charged with, including unaliving and dismembering multiple other victims. His statements eventually made their way back to authorities, which led to connections to the bag murders. Authorities noticed many similarities in his stories and in the unsolved case, and this made him suspect number one. The bag murders were a series of killings where gay men were found around New York City, dead, dismembered, and stuffed into bags. Paul Bateson was never charged with these murders, but has always been considered the best suspect. The killings themselves have never been solved. But from what I hear, Paul Bateson was released from prison in the 2000s.
Like early 2000s or just recently?
No, early 2000s.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right.
I wonder why he was never arrested, if there was just not enough evidence or if he just...
Not enough evidence.
Yeah.
I guarantee that was it, yeah.
After The Exorcist had been filmed and released, director William Friedkin had been inspired to create another story based off of Paul Bateson's crimes. So he would, on occasion, go visit the unaliver in prison for interviews. Later on, Friedkin made the film Cruising, starring Al Pacino, about a straight police officer going undercover as a gay man to find a serial unaliver who targets gay men in New York City's underground S&M clubs. The film was a dark, disturbing thriller that got a lot of negative backlash, but is actually a decent film. If you can find it, we recommend it.
Yes, it is dark and it's out there, but yeah, I recommend watching it.
Carl
Cruising.
Carl told me about that one. I went and watched it. It sounded interesting. Went and watched it, and it was pretty good for an older movie. Al Pacino's in it. He's a good actor, especially back then.
Oh yeah, he's better back then.
Yeah, there's this weird scene in it too where they don't know that Al Pacino's undercover, and they kind of pull him in for questioning.
He's in the interrogation room.
Yeah.
And randomly, some big dude walks in nothing but underwear.
And S&M stuff. I think he has a strap on.
Yeah, and
he just starts beating the shit out of Al Pacino.
And the cops just sit there and watch.
Yeah, and he goes out, and then Al Pacino. What does Al Pacino say after he leaves?
He's like, "What the fuck was that?"
Some completely random stuff.
Random scene.
No idea. It's a good movie though. We do really
Cruising. The film The Exorcist was a huge hit at the box office and still to this day is considered one of the scariest movies ever made. It has inspired countless books and movies. Even now in 2025, it feels like most Exorcist movies are a cut and paste copy of this film. The Exorcist has inspired more than film and television though. The Satanist unaliver Pazuzu Algarad had legally changed his name after watching The Exorcist. He named himself after the demon who possessed the 12-year-old girl's body. Algarad was responsible for unaliving 2 men and burying them in his backyard. His house was called the House of Horrors by media for its disgusting conditions and satanic imagery all over the house. It is believed he would perform ritualistic sacrifices in the home. And crazy thing about him, in 2015, he was begging guards to bring him an animal that he could sacrifice to keep up with his end of his pact, his bargain.
With the devil?
With the devil.
Okay.
And the guards, of course, denied him this that night, and he was like freaking out. Put him in a cell, and shortly after 3 a.m., he was found unalived. And they called it a self-unaliving.
Okay.
But it's weird because it was from a artery in his arm got cut and he bled out.
Okay.
And it was right after 3 a.m. and some people believe it was the devil coming to collect because he didn't hold up his end of the bargain. Yeah.
I mean, I've heard before that he was unalived by other inmates too. So I've heard that
Oh,
also.
yeah. So it's kind of a mystery.
And then right at 3 a.m. too, the witching hour.
That's what I think's creepy.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Coincidences.
3 a.m.
Another case inspired by the movie was the Osset exorcism murder in 1974. So right after the movie.
Right.
Committed by Michael Taylor. Taylor had unalived his own wife and cut out her tongue and eyes. He was found naked and covered in blood, saying, "The devil made me do it." The crime was labeled Britain's real exorcist murder by the media, because Michael Taylor had just underwent a local exorcism right before the crime was committed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They called it quits because he was exhausted. Told him to go home. Yeah, and he snapped and he attacked her. I heard he ripped her face off, and he killed their dog too.
Jesus.
Right? No.
Really gnarly. I never heard of that one.
Yeah. And this last one, you can't deny it wasn't inspired by the film, called The Exorcist Staircase Murder, that took place in 1998, where a 13-year-old boy shoved his friend down the exact staircase that Father Karras plummeted down in the movie. The boy had died, and the 13-year-old that shoved him stated he just wanted to see what it looked like in real life. So he wanted to see his friend pummel down the stairs just like in the movie.
That's horrible.
Like, the devil made him do it.
There's a lot of different cases like that surrounding this movie that we did not include. There had been at least 10. And I didn't include them because they're, I don't know, some of them are kind of, they say they're inspired by them because they were, Exorcist became extremely popular.
Yeah, oh yeah.
After the movie was released. So, like you were saying,
some hysteria. Yeah, like I think it got into a lot of people's heads. Maybe some were legit, but I think a lot of them were just people just getting in their head about it. But one of the reasons we wanted to bring this story to the garage was not only that it's interesting, but we have our own personal stories from watching this movie.
Yeah, we do. So I haven't actually watched this film for the review. I didn't want to rewatch it. As you know, I'm kind of freaked out by the movie.
Yeah,
which I'm not really freaked out by anything. My wife now has tried to get me to watch it because she loves the movie, and I've refused to.
It's
on
classic.
multiple occasions. I just do not want to watch it because I don't want something bad to happen.
Yeah, the vibes it brings.
Yeah, dude, it's just a freaky movie.
No, it does. It's a once a year thing for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like around Halloween, or when do you watch it?
Usually, last time I watched it was around Halloween.
Fucking, yeah, but my story, so, back with my ex-wife, we lived in our brother and sister-in-law's house. Mm-hmm. Well, her sister, my brother-in-law. And it was me and her and my son. And we all shared the one bedroom. We're saving up money to get a house. And they were all asleep, and I thought, I haven't watched The Exorcist in a while, in a long time. So I put it in, and I watched about, I don't know, halfway through, or maybe a little more, and I started just getting this weird, eerie vibe, this weird, creepy feeling.
Uneasy.
Yeah, which is what the film does.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, I decided to turn it off, go to sleep, and I'm laying there asleep, and I feel something in my hair. Moving around in my hair. It was a little bit longer at the time. And it's moving around in my hair, and I'm half asleep, and I push it away from me, not thinking, but I feel its body, and it's something like this big. I don't know what it is, and it was really prickly, and I could feel the warmth of it, and I push it off of my hair, and I think in my head, fucking cat. Like, leave me the fuck alone, this damn cat. For some reason, I don't know why I thought that, but I sit there and lay there after I do it for a second, and I think, they don't even have a cat. We don't own a cat, so I'm like, what the hell? So I immediately think rat, and I jump up, I flip on the light, I wake everybody up in the room, I say, there's a fucking rat in the bed, and we look all over, there's nothing. But when I really think about it, with the rat being, I kind of showed it behind the computer, but it was about this big.
And that's a big rat.
Yeah, and I pushed it away, and I felt it just moving. I felt everything about it. It was 100% alive. Don't know what it was.
You never found anything.
Never found anything. And so ever since then, I've just been
weary of it.
Creeped out to watch the movie.
Yeah. No, that is weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird, dude.
Yeah, dude. And yeah, so I won't watch it. I refuse to watch it.
Oh.
Call me superstitious, but...
No, I get it. I'm superstitious.
Yeah.
But my incident with it is it's a little more funny. I feel kind of dumb sometimes about it, but...
Okay, so do I about mine.
Yeah, it wasn't the last time I've watched it. I've watched it once or twice since then, but it was one night, I was home alone, and I decided to put it in hot in bed, watch a movie before going to bed, before going to sleep, and I got about 3/4 of the way through it, and I fell asleep. And next thing I know, I am like sitting up in my bed, freaking out, sweating, and at the foot of my bed was a closet with the double doors that open.
Okay.
It was always open. Well, I'm staring down there, and there is this blue glow in the room. The whole room is glowing, kind of like this, but blue.
Okay.
And I'm freaking out, and something keeps moving the clothes and peeking out at me through the closet. And I'm freaking screaming, telling it to get out, and just in a total panic. And the whole time I can hear this rumble, too. Just this, I can't even explain the noise. It whispers and voices and rumbles and complete panic when I suddenly wake up. and I'm laying there, and I'm like, my heart's pounding, and I'm like, oh, it's a dream. It's a dream. But then I notice the room is still glowing blue, and I can still hear the rumble and the noise, and the panic shoots back up again. I sit up really quick, and I notice it's the menu screen on the TV. The movie.
Well, I mean, that could have been a coincidence. It cut shining through into your fucking...
Yeah, because all the lights were off but the menu screen, and it's just the noises of the menu screen. I don't know if anyone's ever heard it, but it's eerie. But
it's still a scary story, dude. And
I was terrified until I realized.
I tried to look it up on Reddit, too, for a bunch of different other stories, to see if anybody had stories like ours, and the only things I could really find were, like, weird coincidence ones. But still, like, people's shelves falling off, and then they'd be like... They're like, I was right in the middle of the movie, and the shelf fell off the wall. And but what wasn't weird about it was I had just installed that shelf like right before the movie. So things like that, you know what I mean?
There's an actual video of a boyfriend getting his girlfriend to watch it for the first time, and they're both sitting there watching it, and he's filming her, watching her reaction.
Yeah.
And there's a clown, like a puppet clown, hanging on the wall by her. It starts moving, and the dude screams, and they both freak out.
That's terrifying.
It's a quick little video clip. Yeah, it was one of those scary clip compilations, but...
So what do you think? Do you think real curse?
I think it brought on, like, some bad
juju?
Yeah. Like, I think it's definitely around the movie. But... I don't know. I think maybe to an extent, by watching that stuff, you might be inviting a presence in, you know? But... I don't know, to each their own, because I've also known people that are like,
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, it's not even scary, that movie.
Yeah.
It's an old movie, which, I mean, like, I don't know.
Turn off all the lights and sit down and try it.
But there could be something in my self-conscious, because my mom was the same way as your mom.
Very conscious of...
She was just like, yeah, that movie's scary, and I don't watch it. Even though I think I watched it with her, but...
Oh, well, this is a good one. So... When I first saw the movie, it was at a Halloween party when I was like 13.
Okay.
I got home, I'm talking to my mom, and the movie creeped me out so bad. I told her, I'm like, oh, I watched The Exorcist, and I'm really creeped out by it. And she looked at me, and she was like, why did you watch that? Why did you watch that movie? And it was at a Halloween party. It was playing, but I ended up getting sucked in and sitting there watching. I completely ignored the party. But that's when my mom told me a story of when she was 14. She woke up in a cold sweat and was really uneasy, and she couldn't see anything. She said it was pitch black. And she laid there, and she said she started praying. And as she started praying, out of nowhere, the black went away from her face. And when it got a few feet away, she said it was this little complete black figure. And it just slowly kept going away from her.
That's terrifying.
And when it went out the window shook.
Yeah, that's scary.
And
that
she
is
said,
scary as hell.
Yeah, and she said that happened right after she watched the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't watch that movie.
Yeah, even though we recommended it before. I refuse to watch it. I won't watch it again. I've seen a couple of the sequels since, but there's not as much.
No, none of them grab you like that one.
No.
The Heretic Part 2 was just bizarre.
Third one is
third one's good. Third one is, I love the third one. Third one's a great horror film.
You also recommended that to me, and I watched it.
Yeah, that one's good. Good old Brad Dourif's in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't the actor playing his character die? That's why they switched halfway through the movie. Don't they switch, like, in the prison cell? It, like, cuts from one to the other, and then they said basically it was, like, his true form?
Yeah, one's the killer, the Zodiac killer.
Okay.
Yeah, that Brad Dourif's the Zodiac killer, but it's actually Father Karen.
But I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they ended up playing it that way because the actor died. And they replaced it with Brad Dourif.
Oh,
but
no.
I could be wrong.
No, you're seeing Father Karen and Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif is the Zodiac killer.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But it's his soul that's possessed Father Karen.
Okay. Maybe I gotta rewatch it.
Yeah, you have to rewatch it. Because you have to rewatch it again, because there's times where he's talking to the killer and there's times he's talking to the priest.
Yeah.
And it's just whoever the actor. Yeah.
Did you do any research on the demon Pazuzu for this at all?
From what I know already.
So I think it has a lot to do with it. I think Pazuzu was shown in a different light in the film than what his myth and legend actually was.
Really?
So he was a demon.
Right.
And he would bring on famine and disease onto villagers and all this other stuff.
The demon of locusts.
An odd thing about it is people would wear little medallions of him, okay? To protect them when they were pregnant.
Oh, yes, I've heard that before.
So they protect when they were pregnant and specifically children. And then in the movie The Exorcist, he's possessing a little girl.
Right.
So with my research in it, that's kind of, if I had to guess, if it was really possessed, if it was really cursed, then I think that's probably why. That
makes sense, because I've heard that before too.
Yeah,
pregnant women wear. Yeah. I've heard that before.
They show like this big statue of him in the movie. If you remember, they like uncover.
Oh yeah,
it,
at the very beginning.
Everything on.
Yeah, that scene gave me the creeps when I first saw it.
They made that for the movie. They've never found historically anything of his image that size. He's always been seen on little medallions because women and children always wore them.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd heard something about the pregnant women thing, and yeah, he's the demon of locusts.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. Famine.
So yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, say what you want, but if you have had any Exorcist
related, you watched it, your closet door flipped open in the middle of the night.
Yeah, we'd
let
love
us
to
know.
hear it.
Love to hear it.
We'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, love hearing good scary stories, true ones.
If you could like this comment, maybe we'll send you a half-drink thing of Hawaiian Punch.
Yeah,
it's right over there. I forgot to grab it to show you, but we got it for you. And like usual, the garage is closed for now.
But the darkness is always here. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your guys' support.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye-bye.
5 seconds, burn like gasoline. Fast as a nightmare, dipping the scene. Get us close sharp like a demon scream. Baseline growls with a fear